2 of the reading rush. So day 1 was pretty successful. I got my video out and everything last night at like 12:30 in the morning, which I'm okay with. Yeah, so this morning, I don't know what I'm doing. So I woke up a lot later than I wanted to. I'm working right now, which isn't really doing too much because none of the kids want to do work. And I don't know what direction I'm going to go in. The thing I do know is that I will be finishing the one today. Last night after I logged my last entry for day 1 reading rush, I did read more. So I'm up to page 289, and so I don't have much. I probably could have finished it last night. I just was so tired, passed out like super quick. So I'm gonna finish this. I'll finish this morning. I'm still doing it. I don't want to say too much because I feel like 1, everyone knows about the selection series, and 2, this is the 3rd book in the series, and I don't want to spoil it for those that have not read this series. Then that's all I know for sure this morning. After that, I don't know what to do. So I have 2 book options that I'm down between. So either the Silver Lining Playbook, which will count for the movie that I've seen but have not read the book, by Matthew. This is by Matthew Quick. I've heard some good things about it, and it's not too long. I think it's just 300 pages, which is nice. And then my second option is Slay, and this is going to count for my read a book with the color of your birthstone on the cover. That's a mouthful. So I'm a diamond, which is really kind of hard to do because it's like clear. But there's white up here, and that's kind of the color that I picture a diamond with. So this was the book that I added to my TBR. Originally, this one was going to be for that one. Sorry, my husband's doing, I don't know what he's doing in the kitchen. Because this is like, I feel like a perfect representation of a diamond. But I really wanted to read this book because I wanted to I only read a little bit of it during Becca's Bookopoly-thon, just didn't finish it, so I wanted to finish it now. So this is the book I'm going to be reading for that prompt. So this is one of my other options to go on to. I literally don't know which one I want to do. Instagram challenge wise, so today's challenge is to cosplay a character from a book. And I am so lost with this one. I do not know what I want to do. I have no direction whatsoever. Like, at least yesterday, like, I had some idea of what book I wanted to do. I'm literally clueless. So that will be interesting. But plans for today, I'm going to get breakfast. I'm going to try and figure out what I'm going to do for the Instagram challenge. I'm going to read. There's a reading sprint going on that I'll be able to do while I'm checking emails and on if kids need help, but I haven't helped any. No kids have needed help the past 10 days. And then, I don't know, I did order a new book, which I don't need any more books. It was from someone's channel. I can't remember the name of who it was, but when I pick up the book, I'll make sure I know. And it was released today. They had a arc of it, and I need to go pick that up at Barnes & Noble. Do I need any more books? Absolutely not. Am I going to now want to read it? Probably. Am I going to try not to? Yes, but we'll see how that works. And yeah, other than that, I don't really know what's going on. But I will update you when I've actually figured out what I'm doing with my life for Reading Rush. So we'll see you then. So I finished The One by Kira Cass. Again, 5 stars. I just get so many emotions reading this book. I feel so weird because it's like literally a young adult, like, weird novel, but like, oh, the ending just gets me every time. The words between Maxon and America and then Aspen, it just literally gets me every single time, and just gives me all those feelings. The deaths in here just make me sad, and oh God, I love this. So I'm in such a predicament with this series because the first 3 books are just so good. They're one of my favorite series. I don't reread books much. And when I decided to go into rereading these, I was nervous because I'm always afraid I'm not going to love the book as much, and it's going to they kind of take away that love that I had for it the first time I read it. But this didn't. I just fell in love with it all over again. But the last 2 books are just not the same. If you're not familiar, it's like 20 years after the selection has happened, and it follows, spoiler. So if you have not read the selection series and you don't want to know this part, skip ahead. But it follows Aspen America's daughter and her time through the selection. So they're not nearly as good as these ones. I'm really, really sad that Kira Cass's new book is not good from what I've heard. I was super excited because, like I said, I loved this series. And it's literally, I haven't heard one good thing, but I think on like Goodreads it's like 2.99. I'm not gonna pick it up for that reason. I know that I could make my own opinions on it, but it's not like I even have heard one good thing about it, or some, like, I've just heard negative things like across the board, which makes me really sad because I was excited to dive into one of her worlds again, because like I said, this is one of my favorite series. So second book done, off my list, check. Again, this was for a prompt that was outside of a genre that I read a lot of, and I did this for romance. I kind of cheated, I think, a little bit, because I do love this series and it wasn't new, but I'm gonna go with it. So 2 books are done, and I'll do my final page count at the end of the day. So I've made my decision, and I'm going to go on with Slay. I feel like I need something very different from what I've just read, because I'm feeling all those emotions still, and I can't. Don't judge me, please, on this book. So I'm going to move on and read Slay next. Like I said, I have started it. I'm on page like 64, but I didn't read much of it. It was kind of like I ended early on Becca's Bookoplathon, and I needed something to fill my time. So this book fit a prompt, but I knew I wasn't going to finish it, so I started it. Yeah, so I'm going to read Slay. If you're not familiar with Slay, it is about a girl named Kira who is an honor student. She goes to a school where mostly are white students, and she feels like she has to act a certain way. But she's also has created a video game where it is called Slay, and it is for African American players. And she feels like she can be herself in this world. But then there is a teen gets murdered over something that like over dispute in Slay. And then she's like potentially being sued. So it's like this whole other thing. I'm super early in the beginning. No one's been killed yet or murdered in what I've read so far, but I'm excited to dive back in this world. It's not long. It's only like 317 or so pages, so it should be a rather quick read, but I'm excited. I'm gonna have to hop on to do some more Google Meets with some kids or some classes that I push into, and then I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna do for the Instagram challenge today, because like I said, I haven't made no progress in deciding. So, but I wanted to check in and just do my gushing over the story. So, all right, I'll check in later. So we're outside, so the writing's crazy, but I've decided what I'm gonna do for this, and I might have lost my mind, but I'm gonna get in my son's pool, and I'm gonna do cosplay Zoe Spanos. I know it's not super cosplay, it's more of like the cover thing again, but this is what I'm gonna do. So my husband is on his lunch break, and I have no kids that want to help, so he's gonna help me take this picture. So my hair is crazy because I just took it out, and this could go really bad or really good. But Sam, are you ready to take my picture in the pool?
You're crazy.
So hold on a minute. We built a deck this week, so there's like no stairs, so I have to like get down to get off here. So I'm going to attempt to put my head in the water and take my picture to look like Zoe Spanos. But if this goes bad, then I have no picture to show and I'm just wet. But if it goes good, at least I'm wet and I have a picture to use. So let's see. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Oh my god. Ah, let's go. Okay. I'm ready for my picture. Well, update. That photo shoot was a fail. The pictures came out so bad. It was so unflattering. So I am back to square one on what I'm going to do today. But it just came out really bad. So I hope you enjoyed that, because that was awful. And I am back to square one. So I'll let you know what I decide I'm going to do. And now I have soaking wet hair. So, all right. All right, loves, take 2 of my photo shoot. So this one worked out. So I decided to do Chloe from Get a Life, Chloe Brown. So I took it outside. I took one with a cat in a tree. But it's kind of funny because my son just put a cat. The only cat stuffed animal my son has is a tiger. So Chloe Brown's gonna rescue a tiger from there. And then I made my list in my notebook. So this worked out better. I was trying to get too fancy. So I'm gonna go edit it and post it, and then I'll go from there. So Bye. Hey loves, I'm back. I am running errands in the car right now. I had to pick up a book from Barnes & Noble that I ordered, and it is the new release that came out today. It's called The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. This is the book that I was talking about earlier. I'm super excited. It's supposed to be really creepy, spooky, weird, and I'm living for it. So it's about a young woman living in a rigid, puritanical society discovers dark powers within herself in this stunning feminist fantasy debut. So it's just like a little blurb on it. I'm super excited. On the back, Shawnee McGuire has made a comment on it. Says this is a beautiful, powerful, important book that I hugely recommend it. And I have fallen in love with the Wayward Children storybooks. Sorry, my son's sleeping, so I want to make sure I'm not waking him up. So I'm super excited about that. Like, that's such a good sign to me. And yeah, so I'm really excited. I'm gonna try and not read it this week, because I technically could, because it's a book that starts with the, but it is a longer book. It's like 360 pages, so that is pretty long. But I'm really excited. And now I am getting Starbucks. I'm going to continue reading Slay, and one of the prompts for that we had to do in our vlog was like make coffee or tea. And for me, I don't drink coffee, and I don't really drink like tea. I like iced tea, but I don't like make it myself. So I am putting my own spin on this little challenge, and I am having Starbucks make my drink, and that's gonna be my make a coffee tea drink. So that's really sad, but that's the way I'm gonna go with it. And yeah, so I will show in a minute once I order my drink of what my drink's order is, and that's my accomplishment of this challenge, which is, like I said, it's really sad, but this is what I'm going to do. So here we go. Here's me making my drink.
What we're gonna get for you today?
Hi, can I have a strawberry refresher, please?
A strawberry refresher? What drink do you want to do?
Can I do a Trento with light ice?
With that, it's really hard to hear you.
Can I do a Trento with light ice?
A Trento with light ice? You got it. What else can I get for you?
That's it.
All right, that's gonna be $5.24.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pushing my son on the swing, so I thought, why not check in? And you guys just really get to see me in all my finest attire. This flag, looks so good, but I guess as a mom you have to prioritize which is more important, and getting dressed and like ready for the day is just low on my list. So I read a lot of Slay. I'm on page like 130, and I am liking it. So ready, buddy? So the murder happened, and so we're kind of diving into that now, and what's coming out is it's all over the news, and they're saying, is this a racist game because you wouldn't allow white people into the game? You only could be black to be in the game. So it's coming out if this game was racist, but they have not come out and said who the creator is. They just go by her name. So that's kind of where we're at now. I like that it's told from different perspectives. So we're told from the girl that is also like kind of helps create everything. Sheila's in Paris, I believe. And we also get some other gamers' insights as well. So that's kind of where we're at. I thought the beginning was a little slow, and I think it's just me. I'm not a gamer type person. So, I really appreciate what they go into and how this world is developed, that they've created, and it really goes into detail. But I'm just not a gamer person. So for me, it was a little long before the big thing happened. But other than that, I am really enjoying it. Sorry, this is kind of a weird check-in, but as a mom, I've got to do what I got to do to check in. So I'm going to spend some time outside. We are going to dinner at my parents. They live like not even a mile away from us. And then I will get some more reading in tonight. And yeah, so I will come in and check in later and we'll go from there. So bye. It's around 9 o'clock. I'm really just getting home. After dinner we went to Target, which you saw, and I picked up a book because I have no impulse control. And I just saw someone talk about this book and I actually screenshotted it. And it's Good Me, Bad Me. It's about a girl whose mother was a serial killer, and she actually is the one that turns her into the police. And then she has a fresh start. She's in a foster home, but some weird things start happening at the foster home as well. And she's nervous that she maybe turn out like her mother. I don't know. It's really cool. It's a really cool cover as well. It's actually really, really short. So it's only like 289 pages. I can't do this. I'm thinking like, what could I swap this in for one of my prompts that I still have left, but I don't think any of these would fit in those prompts. But I'm actually really excited to read this one. I also got book mail today, which I forgot to fill you in on. So I got 2 books from the amazing Kat, which I will post her link to her YouTube channel down below. She sent me Ash Princess and Serpent and Dove. So these are 2 books that she's absolutely loved this year. I'm really excited to read both of these. This one I had heard before her, and I've been really wanting to read it. And then this one I actually learned about from her channel and got really excited about it. And so she sent me both. So thanks, Kat, for that. That kind of rhymed. Oh God, I'm tired. So plans for the rest of the night. I have to record some videos of myself reading tests for midterms tomorrow for my kids who get test read. I am going to read more, take a bath, and then I'm going to make a closing like remark about like all I've done for today, and then I'm going to go to bed at some point. I have to edit too. I don't know. I'm getting a lot later start on this stuff than I originally had planned to. But yeah, Slay is still going good. I like that there's like these sub plot lines between other gamers and they actually all like intertwine with each other, which I really like. The gaming part is okay to me, but what the part that I love is the other stuff, like right now, like the legal stuff after the murder that happened for the kid, and just like the aftermath of this idea of like the racism thing against the whites and the blacks, which I think is really interesting. And yeah, and I just love the main character. I think she's so awesome. She like literally made this whole game on herself. I feel like there's not enough girls that represent like the love for STEM, which is science, technology, something mathematics. I don't remember what it is, but engineering, mathematics. And I just feel like there's not enough of that represented, not just in books, but like in general and like everything. So I'm really excited to have that represented in this book. And I think that's really important for girls to know that this is something that they can do, and it's not just a male dominant field. So I really like that aspect of it. So I'm gonna go getting to that work and then I'll check in with everyone. Check-in for the day because it's midnight and I'm getting really tired. So I am on page 268 of Slay, and it's so good right now. I don't want to stop reading, but I'm gonna read a bit more, but then I'm just gonna go to bed. So I wanted to get everything done now and finish my editing because I only have to edit this part of the clip and then I'll be ready to go. I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning when I start work. I am liking the book. I think it's probably going to be like a 4 stars for me. Some parts get just a little bit boring, but other than that, I think it is really a great book, and I like the topics that it discusses in this book. But I'll do a full recap of that tomorrow. So let's do my recap of what I've accomplished today. So I am 2 and about 3/4 done with books, because this book is almost done. I don't have much longer. I think it's like 317 pages. Like, I'm almost done with it. So I'll have 3 books done by tomorrow morning, which is pretty good. I did the Instagram challenge today, which again was to cosplay a character, and I did Chloe Brown from Get a Life, Chloe Brown. And then I also did the one challenge that you had to do like in one of your vlogs, and that was to make a cup of coffee or tea, and I made it my own style by buying Starbucks, and Starbucks made it for me. So I was a little creative on that spin, but I made it work. Total today, I read a total of 148 pages, which is pretty good, I think. And so that is a total of 754 pages in 2 days. I'm really impressed with that. So I'm happy with how my time is going so far. So now that it's the end of my video, it's time to do my booktube shout outs to some booktubers that I admire and love watching their material. So the first one that I would like to shout out today is Kat from Kat's Book Corner. She is awesome. I love her content. She's super sweet. She actually just sent me 2 books from my wish list, and check her out. Her material's really neat. I love watching her videos. She's funny as well, and I love her reviews on books. It really gives me a good insight of what those books are, and I've already gotten some recommendations from her, and I have bought those books from her. The other one I would like to shout out today is Elise from The Petite Punk. She, again, is awesome. I love her videos. You can tell her passion for the books that she reads. She has a lot to say about them, and I think her content is really unique, and she's, again, funny, and I just really enjoy watching her videos. So please check out those 2 booktubers. Again, I will link them in the comments below. And yeah, so that's enough for day 2. Bye, loves.
Improving to greater than 6 miles on Friday morning.
Stars shining bright above.